Hi everyone, Dave Malesic again, and we're back with part 2 of longboard surfing and its evolution from surf not work. The advent of modern longboards came about, as I mentioned earlier, with the advent of new technology, new materials, new designs, people just thinking a little bit differently, not always thinking, hey, this is the way we've always done it, why change? So the biggest change was the materials they used. No longer woods, now we're talking about fiberglass, polyurethane, making the boards lighter, more buoyant. They don't need to be as big, and they can be smaller. So now that the longboards started cutting back in size a little bit, we're looking about the 9 to the 10 foot range. And not only did the size of the board, but the shape started to change, a bit more curve. And along with that, people started to say, hey, hang on a sec, well, what about the fins? You know, the fins kind of make you steer. Maybe if we change the fins a bit. And that's where one of the biggest changes in surfing happened with fin design. Now, your traditional longboard has a large single fin in the base of it, near the tail, and it can range anywhere between sort of 6 to 12 inches, really. And that was your traditional design. Now, some other chap came along and said, hey, let's see if we can improve that. Let's put in not one, but let's put in 3 fins. Let's put in a one in the middle, maybe not make it quite as big, but then put one on either side of it. So that's a 3 fin setup, or commonly called a thruster setup. Now this thruster setup, what it does for you is that it will, because you've got 3 fins in the water, not the single fin, you can actually turn and cut back on the water much faster, much better control. And that's how your modern longboard gets all its maneuverability from. Like, that's how the guys will turn, cut back, start walking on the down the board, and that's how they evolved. Basically, the fin, it was all in the fin. So with the advent of that, with longboards, people thought, oh, that's cool, but what about, you know, taking a longboard out to the big surf? Well, this is where you've got to be careful, because longboards can be used out in big surf. However, you really need a specialized board to get out into the big surf waves, and that's where the big wave surfboards come in. Well, your big gun surfboard. And let's face it, these aren't the boards you're going to be using on your very first surf lesson.